Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Samuel Maharero, Namibian traditional ruler who fought colonialism. Many remember the Jewish genocide. The mass murder that occurred in apartheid South Africa has been retold all over the world. But the genocide against the Herero people of Namibia is one that is not so much talked about. Like the Jewish genocide, it was perpetuated by the Germans because one man, in the person of Samuel Maharero, decided to fight against being led by their harsh colonial rule. Samuel Maharero was a warrior and cattle raider among the Herero tribe of Namibia. He converted to Christianity and was baptized in 1869. Then attended local Lutheran schools. He showed so much passion for learning and religion that he was seen as one who would go on to become a priest. However, when death took his father, who was a chief, he stepped in and took up the chieftainship of the Okahandja area. Initially, his relationship with the German colonial government led by Theodor Lutheran was quite friendly. But the relationship began to develop cracks, with problems involving attacks by German farmers on Herero people, economic difficulties and pests, as well as the use of Herero land for railroads. The German settlers and colonialists saw the tribe people as a source of cheap labor for their farms. Angered and frustrated by the poor treatment of his people, Maharero started making secret plans to revolt against the Germans. He reached out to other chiefs about his plans. In a letter to the head chief of Namakwa, Hendrik Witbooi, he wrote, "Let us die fighting." His words came true in a way that he couldn't have possibly imagined. Maharero's forces launched their first attack against the Germans on the 12th of January 1904. They killed about 123 persons, mostly German landowners. He had given strict orders that English, Boers, missionaries and other non-German whites should not be attacked. By January 14, Herero forces had destroyed German-owned infrastructure, including the post office, and occupied the Waterberg military station after killing all the soldiers there. However, missionaries, women and children were spared and granted free passage to Okahandja. On the 16th of January, they also attacked and killed a German military company in Gobabis. After this loss, a new German military leader was brought in named Lothar von Trotha. It was he who would deal the deadly blow on the Herero people. Von Trotha brought in about 15,000 troops and offered a bounty of 5,000 marks for the arrest of Maharero. In August 1904, he then came up with a plan not just to defeat and contain the uprising, but to completely wipe out the Herero people. The plan was to have the area surrounded where the Herero people were, and then leave just one escape route which led straight into the desert. On the 11th of August 1904, the Battle of Waterberg was fought and the Herero were defeated. Those who attempted to surrender were shot dead, while many who were able to escape using the only escape route died of hunger and thirst in the desert. In all, about 80% of Herero people died, killed either by German bullets or by starvation and thirst in the desert. Even women and children were not spared. After fresh orders came from Germany that the genocide be stopped, the survivors were sent to a concentration camp at Shark Island. It is believed that the genocide against Herero people was what later inspired the genocide carried out by Nazi Germany against the Jews. Maharero survived the ordeal and was able to escape along with about 1,000 people to the British Buchanaland Protectorate, which is present-day Botswana. In exile, he remained leader of the Herero group and also became an important official for a prominent chief in northern Buchanaland. After almost 2 decades in exile, Samuel Maharero died in March 1923 and was buried there in Bechuanaland. 5 months later, in August, his body was returned to Okahanja, where he was finally laid to rest alongside his ancestors. The occasion of his final burial is still celebrated by the Herero people on Herero Day. On the 100th anniversary of the Herero massacre in 2004, Germany officially rendered an apology for the crimes it perpetuated against the Herero people. Samuel Maharero was recognized as one of Namibia's national heroes in 2002. Speaking during the ceremony, President Sam Nujoma said concerning him, "Chief Samuel Maharero started to make plans for an uprising against the German colonial authorities and white German settlers in the country. As a result, in January 1904, the uprising began and Chief Maharero's forces surrounded the German colonial settlers at Okahanja, Omaruru, at the famous Battle of Ohamakari near the Waterberg Mountain. The strength of his forces compelled the German colonial troops to send in reinforcement under the notorious General Lothar von Trotha, who carried out an extermination order to wipe out all women, children, and elderly persons. To his revolutionary spirit and his visionary memory, we humbly offer our honor and respect." What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.